Well, the US recovery is on the way. It's not a strong recovery, we know that, but it's strong enough to create more than 200,000 jobs for a few months in a row now. What we have to watch in the US is inflation. It's not high in absolute terms, but a year ago we were at 1%, now we're at 2%, and there's a good chance that if the employment situation keeps improving, at some point you may have some labor shortages in certain areas, which may lead to some cost push inflation. And if at the end of the year the labor market has improved, we're below 6% on the unemployment rate and maybe close to 3% on inflation, then the Fed will find itself in a situation where they have to take a decision, and I think that's what the markets will be looking for. Well, we had risk off for the past few days, but it appears now that maybe we're going in the opposite direction again. A lot of these mood swings are dictated by geopolitical events. If geopolitics looks like it's going to loosen up a little bit, we have a rally. And if you look at the technical picture, let's say on the S&P 500 in the US, you had buy on the dip since 2011. We had not had a 10% corrections in 3 years. And this time around it looks like, again, we have had a correction to the uptrend line and we may have a shot at other highs here. So I don't think this rally is over just yet, as long as central banks remain supportive. And I think that's the key here. Well, the outlook for Asia is mixed. I mean, you have to be selective in which economies you're looking at and which markets. Asia remains, as a region, remains export dependent, and therefore I would think that Taiwan, selectively Korea, are looking good. I would think China is very interesting from a valuation perspective and also from a policy perspective. I think there's a commitment to implement reforms there. And then of course there's India, where we have a dramatic political change that global investors wanted to see. We got it now. The market of course has discounted a lot of the good news and is probably now in a consolidation phase that could last for a few months, but it does not deter from or detract from the fact that we see a re-rating in India over the next few years, and we are now probably in India at the stage where the economy is recovering, and we are on the verge of a new investment cycle. So overall a very positive picture. In the long term, in the medium term, a need for a consolidation.